Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into the fascinating and often mind-boggling world of coin collecting, focusing particularly on a remarkable case from 2005 where a 1-cent coin became a shocking embodiment of value, worth an astounding $205 million due to a series of remarkable errors and mistakes that have captivated collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike. The story begins with the United States Mint, an institution tasked with the production of U.S. coinage, which in 2005 struck a batch of pennies that would go on to become legendary for their unmatched rarity. At first glance, a penny, worth just 1 cent, hardly seems like a worthy subject of such astronomical evaluations. However, the intricate layers of errors and the deep implications of those mistakes have propelled what should be a mundane piece of currency into an extraordinary item that holds staggering monetary value. To understand why a single 2005 penny could command such an extraordinary figure, it's important to delve into the specifics of what makes this coin so unique. The 2005 penny, part of the Lincoln Penny series, was designed to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, featuring his image on the obverse side. Typically, these coins contain a specific composition of copper and zinc, and while collectors may chase various mint marks or certain years that bear significance, it's the errors that throw an additional level of intrigue into the mix. Among the noteworthy mistakes, we must consider the potential misalignments and minting anomalies that can occur during the production process. These errors can manifest in several ways, but the most sought-after mistakes involve doubled dies, where the coin features overlapping images or text, creating a layering effect that is both visually striking and incredibly rare. One of the most significant issues encountered in the 2005 penny struck at the Philadelphia Mint involved a variety of errors that rendered certain coins exceptionally valuable, and it is these anomalies that set off a frenzy among collectors. For instance, some of the 2005 cents had markings that meant their production was not up to the mint standards, leading to slight variations in design elements that collectors yearned to possess. Perhaps one of the most notable examples of these errors was identified with the design that was intended to mark the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Coins struck with this error exhibited noticeable variations in the design and positioning of the inscriptions, an outcome that drastically increased their desirability. The creation of such anomalies in minting is far from common, and when they occur, they spark excitement and competition within the numismatic community. The intersection of rarity and error creates a unique combination that can catapult the value of a seemingly everyday coin into the stratosphere, transforming it into a highly coveted piece of history. But what specifically made the 2005 penny so prized? Among the most remarkable traits was the presence of off-center strikes, where the coin's design misaligned during the striking process. This kind of error creates a dramatic visual appeal that attracts avid collectors willing to pay top dollar for such finds, and thus the potential for a penny that was supposed to be worth only a cent fetching millions becomes tantalizingly plausible. As collectors became privy to this information, the market responded enthusiastically, and the demand for 2005 pennies featuring these notable minting mistakes surged. Coin enthusiasts started rummaging through pockets, jars, and collections on the lookout for the misprinted treasures that could bring both personal satisfaction and potential profit into their lives. Auction houses became battlegrounds for eager bidders, where stories of the rare pennies and their incredible journeys were traded alongside monetary offers, striking a perfect balance between nostalgia and the thrill of competition. It is worth noting that the psychological aspect of collecting plays a significant role in driving the value of such era coins. The mere possession of a penny with a notable mistake provides an intriguing story that fuels the imagination of buyers. So while the specifics of the errors may appeal to dedicated numismatists, the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the story behind the coin weaves an enticing narrative that enraptures collectors, investors, and even casual spectators. Furthermore, the age, condition, and grading of the coin contribute significantly to its market value. Coins that are preserved in pristine condition with minimal signs of wear command higher prices, and thus even a single minor error could escalate a penny's worth tremendously if it meets the right criteria. Moreover, the natural limitations on how many accidentally misprinted coins can exist bolster the demand, as the laws of supply and demand play critical roles in determining the market value. As certain individuals cash in on the clear appeal of coins with interesting histories, high values associated with these 2005-era pennies, and others like it, become a showcase of how the unknown and unpredictable aspects of production can directly influence the world of coin collecting, making it a thrilling adventure for those involved. And so, we find ourselves with a beautiful paradox. A 1-cent piece amounted to a fortune far beyond its intended purpose, illustrating how intricate blends of era, history, and human interest can culminate in such remarkable value. As the years progress, the stories of these rare coins continue to grow. With the legacy of each penny tied closely together with the history of the mint and the ongoing stories of collectors, the mythos surrounding the 2005 1-cent coin serves not merely as a testament to the production of currency but also as an enduring symbol of what makes collecting so uniquely captivating, that in a world filled with strict policies and traditions surrounding currency, there lies the potential for something quite extraordinary to emerge, yielding incredible tales and mind-blowing prices. Thus, as we conclude our journey through the remarkable worth of a simple penny, let us reflect not just on the financial implications but cherish the adventure that comes with collecting and the stories that bind us to these seemingly inconspicuous pieces of metal, allowing us to explore the dynamic interplay between history, economy, and passion. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration, and we hope to see you in the next video where we will unwrap more mysteries hidden in the fascinating world of numismatics. Keep searching for those treasures. Next, 1981 D1-cent USA coin. Today we are diving deep into the captivating world of numismatics, focusing on one of the most astonishing stories in modern coin collecting, the legendary 1981 D1-cent coin that has been valued at an astounding $20 million due to an extraordinary series of errors and mistakes during its minting process. You may be wondering how a simple penny, worth only 1 cent in its initial form, could possibly be worth such a monumental sum of money. Well, the answer lies in the fascinating complexities of coin production, the rarity of errors, and the fervent passion of collectors who drive the market for such items. To fully appreciate the significance of the 1981 D penny and understand the variables that contribute to its immense value, we must first delve into the intricate process of how coins are minted and what creates the potential for errors during that production. The United States Mint, known for its meticulous standards in producing coinage, began striking the 1981 D1-cent pieces at the Denver Mint in an era when production was ramping up to meet the growing demand for currency. However, during this time, certain strange and unanticipated mishaps occurred within the minting process that would eventually lead to the creation of the highly coveted and valuable 1981 D pennies. Among the errors that collectors seek out, some of the most intriguing involve issues such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and die breaks. The 1981 D penny's potential for command such extraordinary figures is primarily attributed to one particular striking error, a notable doubled die that emerged during the minting process. Doubled die coins are created when a coin die, which is the metal template that strikes the design onto the coin, receives multiple impressions in misaligned positions, resulting in the striking of an image that appears doubled or distorted. For the 1981 D penny, this meant that certain coins exhibited pronounced doubling on details such as the inscriptions and Lincoln's iconic portrait. These distinguishing features created an innovative allure among collectors who understand the significance of a doubled die in the coin collecting world. Because the feedback loop of recognizing errors and anomalies tends to drive concealment and discovery among collectors, the hunt for these particular coins became an exhilarating experience that combined history, rarity, and the chance for amazing financial return. The rarity of these 1981 D-era coins adds a layer of mystique, as one might imagine that only a handful of these pennies slipped through the cracks of quality control at the Denver Mint. As word began to spread, both online and among avid collectors, about the existence of these era coins, demand surged, consequently driving prices beyond what many would consider reasonable for a 1-cent piece, Yet that is precisely the phenomenon that occurs in the world of numismatics. When rarity and demand collide, extraordinary values emerge. So what does it mean for a 1981 D penny to be valued at $20 million? At this staggering figure, we enter a realm where collectors are not merely interested in the coin's face value or even its collector appeal. They are considering the potent implications behind its eras, its story, and its place in cultural history. With each discovery of another era coin, stories and legends are created, and collectors become not only owners of historical artifacts but storytellers of journeys that combine adventure, fortune, and heartbreak, transforming them into a part of the living history of the currency we use every day. Many collectors embark on quests to find these rare pennies, and as various forms of media spread the word about the 1981 D double die coins, newly minted investors join the ranks of seasoned numismatists, hungry for the thrill of hunting elusive treasure. As competition among collectors grows, so does the willingness to push the boundaries of what might be paid for such a small piece of currency, heightening the excitement that surrounds each auction and sale where these coins are featured. Significantly, each time a 1981 D penny with these remarkable minting eras enters the market, it can trigger bidding wars, potentially inflating the final selling price far beyond anyone's projections. In addition to the era's distinct visual appeal that captivates the eyes of buyers, the potential for value escalation addresses both speculative and sentimental aspects that draw people to the coins. The 1981 D penny with notable minting mistakes becomes an intersection of passion, investment strategy, and the simple love of collecting. Therefore, its value can easily become exaggerated as it is cloaked in layers of history, artistry, and intrigue, transforming what was once perceived as a mere penny into a veritable artifact. In examining the reasons for such hyperinflation in value, it is also essential to assess the role of popular culture and media in elevating specific collectibles into the limelight. The fascinating narratives surrounding era coins, and the stories of their discovery, have been written about in books, shared in documentaries, and discussed in forums. A great many collectors draw inspiration from these tales, finding themselves both motivated and captivated by the very thrill of the chase. Whether through social media platforms or during coin shows, enthusiasts gather to share insights, tips, and leads about where to find rare mint eras. This sense of community and shared interest only stirs the pot further and heightens those eager to track down specific pennies, including the elusive 1981 D varieties that could ultimately yield staggering returns on a relatively small investment. As we discuss the immense value attached to these era coins, one cannot overlook the importance of grading and condition as critical factors in determining their worth on the market. In the realm of coin collecting, the condition of a coin, often assessed by the grading scale employed by numismatists, plays a vital role in determining how much someone is willing to pay for a particular item. Coins that are rated in higher grades, such as mint state or choice uncirculated, will command higher prices than those that show considerable wear or imperfections, even if they carry the same base minting errors. Thus, while the 1981 D penny with double die errors may be referred to as a piece of change, its true potential lies beneath the surface of its attractive design. As collectors search for these extraordinary coins, they also examine their condition rigorously, keen to discern the qualities that will enhance their value over time. This attention to detail means that discussions around such items can become incredibly nuanced, as every tiny mark or scratch can determine whether a coin is worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. In the days following the mint's production of the faulty pennies, it became increasingly obvious that the errors were not merely a singular event. Rather, they were part and parcel of a complex tapestry woven from a combination of human error, machine malfunctions, and the very nature of pressing metal, a reminder that even in a controlled environment, unpredictability can lead to remarkable results. The allure of the 1981 D penny, thus, lies not just in its errors, but in the broader context of a system designed to create uniformity and predictability that can inadvertently lead to chaos and uniqueness, a reflection of the very nature of existence itself. As the miles of coin history unfold throughout America's aviation, exploration, and development, the 1981 Penny simply encapsulates this idea that rarity can reside in the most humble origins. With burgeoning interest in coins and their unique stories, collectors continue to explore not just individual pieces, but the overarching history that accompanies the currency we take for granted. In doing so, the community actively contributes to the ongoing story of the 1981 penny, adding new chapters that inspire further exploration, appreciation, and connection. By investing in these coins, collectors step into a larger narrative, becoming custodians of both history and art, ensuring that a piece of the past preserves its relevance in future generations. Collecting becomes an endeavor that transcends monetary gain. It becomes about cherishing the connections we forge to our shared history and culture through our pursuits. Thus, we explore the 1981 penny not only as a mere anomaly in a production line, but as a harbinger of the human experience, the ingenuity behind our currency, and the treasures that can emerge from even the most unassuming beginnings. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable exploration of the world of numismatics, and we hope to see you in the next video where we will continue to illuminate the various facets of coin collecting, uncovering more stories buried within our currency that contribute to the fabric of our history and experiences. Keep searching for those treasures, and happy collecting! Last 2016 1 cent USA coin. Today we are going to explore an extraordinary and fascinating story in the realm of coin collecting, centering our attention on the remarkable 2016 1 cent coin, which has garnered an astonishing valuation of $30 million due to a series of notable errors and mistakes during its minting process. You may find it hard to believe that a coin with a face value of just 1 cent could evolve into an item worth tens of millions of dollars, but this tale is about to unravel the intricate details behind its unique features and the factors that contribute to its immense rarity and desirability among collectors. To fully appreciate the significance of this extraordinary penny, we first need to delve into the coin production process and the kinds of mishaps that can occur along the way, leading to the formation of a highly sought-after collectible. The United States Mint, the institution responsible for producing coins for the nation, embarked on striking the 2016 1 cent pieces at the Denver Mint during a broader context of coin manufacturing that necessitated precision and consistency. However, amid the routine production, several unanticipated errors arose, setting the stage for what would become an iconic piece in the world of numismatics. Among the most significant errors commonly sought by collectors are those related to misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and striking errors, which can transform an ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure. The 2016 penny in question is particularly notable for a few critical errors that elevate its value and desirability. One of the most significant flaws associated with this penny variant is referred to as the double die, which occurs when a coin die receives multiple impressions during the striking process, causing portions of the coin's design, especially text and imagery, to appear distorted or doubled. For collectors, the presence of a double die is an awe-inspiring find, as these coins are exceedingly rare and offer a visual appeal that is both striking and collectible. In this case, certain specimens of the 2016 1 cent coin revealed pronounced doubling on Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions surrounding it, making them particularly sought-after items. As excitement began to build among collectors, word spread throughout online communities and during coin shows, leading to fervent interest in the 2016 pennies with these striking errors. The combination of rarity, remarkable design anomalies, and the narrative behind its discovery turned this penny into an object of fascination. The prospect of finding such a coin led many collectors to sift through jars, rolls, and even piggy banks in search of these elusive treasures, introducing an element of thrill and adventure akin to a quest for lost riches. The tale of the 2016 1 cent coin acts as a perfect showcase of how a simple minting error can propel an inconspicuous penny into the highest echelons of numismatic valuation, illustrating not only the dynamics of rarity and demand but also the emotional and historical connections that people develop with their collections. As seasoned collectors and curious newcomers began to hunt down these era coins, the market responded with escalating interest, resulting in notable bids and astronomical sales prices at auctions where these rare items were featured. It became increasingly common for 2016 pennies featuring such distinguishing minting mistakes to trigger intense bidding wars, with collectors vying for the chance to own a piece of rarity that few possess. Not only does this phenomenon speak to the intense passion found in the coin collecting community, but it also reflects a deeper desire to be part of something bigger, a unique piece of history that connects individuals to the rich tapestry of American culture. Each time a 2016 penny with a notable error is listed, it reinvigorates the conversation about minting practices and reminds collectors of the unpredictable nature of coin production, which can lead to remarkable outcomes amidst a backdrop of standardization and control. The immense valuation of $30 million attributed to select 2016 1-cent coins underscores the potential of rarity. A realization that these coins may not surface again leads collectors to consider extraordinary investments in search of the next great find. As with any rare collectible, market forces drive the value upward, wherein individuals become not just buyers but custodians of history, ensuring that these remarkable artifacts endure within the numismatic community. In particular, the allure of this specific 2016 1-cent coin goes beyond mere monetary worth. It encapsulates a broader narrative shaped by time, craftsmanship, and the human element inherent in the process of minting. Each coin tells its own story, and those with errors carry tales that speak to both serendipity and the imperfection of creation. The context behind the 2016 penny also lends itself to considerations related to societal trends. As people become increasingly fascinated with collectibles and unique artifacts, the demand for coins like this rises, striking the perfect balance between nostalgia and investment potential. What might seem like a simple error in manufacturing speaks volumes about our shared history, the wooden presses and handcrafted techniques that produced our early currency, and the stories we tell around our coins, making a piece of currency so much more than just a means of exchange. As we consider the future of these valuable era coins, it becomes clear that the mix of community, exploration, and engagement plays a huge role in pricing. The more awareness of the 2016 1-cent coin spreads, the more investment and interest will grow, shifting countless perspectives on coin collecting as a vibrant and lucrative endeavor. This is an opportune moment for collectors and investors alike, and many position themselves keenly to capitalize on the continuing allure of era coins, especially those with known histories, provenance, and unique backstories, entwining them into the broader narrative of American coinage. This deep investment in not just the physical coin, but the stories, connections, and rich tapestry of American history and culture behind it, can yield gratifying explorations for serious collectors. The world of numismatics encourages not just the acquisition of coins, but also the creation of relationships with history, allowing individuals to discover and engage with the very essence of what these tangible artifacts represent. Therefore, as we treat the 2016 penny not merely as a currency item, but as an artifact of human creativity, industry, and serendipity, we find ourselves encapsulating the core tenets of collecting: community, exploration, value, and the joy of discovery. Each mistake made during the minting process becomes an integral part of its story, creating intrinsic value that cannot be quantified simply by weight or metal content. The concept of what constitutes a valuable coin shifts dramatically when one considers the broader implications of rarity, condition, and story. As collectors continue to scavenge for the next remarkable find, driven by thrilling tales of past successes, we are reminded that the allure of the hunt comes with its own set of rewards, namely the connections we forge through shared interests with others who appreciate the intricate landscape of collecting. Each coin bears the potential to unlock stories about its minting journey, its passage through time, and the people who have touched it along the way. Ultimately, the breathtaking valuation of the 2016 1-cent penny serves as a rich tapestry braided with threads of history, artistry, and the irresistible thrill of human curiosity. As we conclude our deep exploration into this remarkable era coin, we encourage you to continue seeking out the unseen stories behind the objects we often overlook. Let them remind us that even the most ordinary items can hold extraordinary potential, turning the mundane into the magical for those willing to dig deeper. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of collectibles. and we look forward to having you with us in our next episode, where we will embark on further explorations into the captivating universe of coin collecting, unearthing even more extraordinary tales and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Keep your eyes peeled for those rare finds. Happy hunting, and we hope to see you soon.